Now, once you have done with the theory of those 7 steps and the installation of MySQL and the configuration, now what we can do is we need to connect your Java application with MySQL. In order to do that, we need a connector. So what is that connector? Connector is a jar file which we need to add in your project. So click on your project and just right click and click on the properties. In this properties, just click on this Java build path, and then there should be a MySQL connector here. If it is not there, since I have already done with the setup, so I'm getting here which is MySQL connector. In case if your new system it will not be there, so first you have to click on this add jar file, and then you have to download this MySQL connector Java with the updated version from Google. So just go to Google and search for MySQL connector Java. You will get this jar file. Click on this jar file and click on open. Since I've already done that, so you can see I have a MySQL connector here, and then click on OK. So there should be a MySQL connector in your project. Okay, now once you're done with that, now we can apply those 7 steps here. Now, what are the 7 steps? First, it's import the package. So let's go here somewhere up and say import the package. So it is import java.sql.star. So done with the import. Next is you have to load and register a driver. So we have already loaded a driver. Now let's register it. In order to register your driver, we have to say class dot for name. So class dot for name is a method which we'll be using for your registration. In this, you have to provide a driver name. So the driver name is itself a driver. It belongs to a package com.mysql.jdbc.driver. So this com.mysql.jdbc.driver is a class. So Java is a class here, and this is the package. Now, if you're working with a different type of database, like if you're working with Oracle, if you're working with MS Access, so the only thing will change here is this connector or this driver name. Since you're working with MySQL, so we have to say com.mysql.jdbc.driver. Now, what next we have is, let's go for the next step, which is you have to create a connection. Now, before going for connection, there should be a database available with your MySQL. So in order to create a database, open your MySQL. So let's go to MySQL command line client, and the password I have set for my system is 0. So we'll say enter. You can say this is a MySQL command prompt. Now you have different options, different commands to use MySQL. The first we'll see what are the database available here. So database available. So we'll say show data basis. So it will show you the all the available databases. So this in my system I have created already lots of databases. What I will do here is for this tutorial, let me create one more database. So what I will do is I will say create database, or let me just open a fresh window. So let's say again MySQL command, and we'll type okay. Now we'll create a database. So we'll say create database. We'll say database name is data flare. So once you created a database, now let's use this database. So for use, we'll say use data flare, and in this, let's create a table. So we'll create tables. So create table. We create a table for student. This student table will have, let's say, it will have 2 columns. First is S name or student name, and then we'll provide a data type which is varchar, and the size of this varchar will be 20. And then we'll provide a, let's say, a roll number. This will be type of int, and the size of this int will be 5. Now once you have created a table, let's insert some values. So we'll say insert into student, we'll say values. We'll say first is, let's say, Rahul, and the roll number is 1. For next student, we'll say it is, let's say, Archana, and the variable name is 2, or roll number is 2. Next, let's have uh, Manish, and variable name, let's say 3. And let's add one more last, and we'll say this is Pooja, and the variable name is 4. Roll number is 4. So now we have these 4 values. So to verify the values, what we can do is we can just go for the select query. So we'll say select star from student. Now it will display all the records. So we'll say we have Rahul 1, Archana 2, Manish 3, and Pooja 4. Okay. Now if I want to go for the specific input, let's say I want to print only roll number 4. So I can say select S name from student where roll number is equal to 4. But in this example, what we'll do is we'll fetch all this data in our Java code. Now, how exactly we can establish that is we'll see in the next part.